Welcome to my channel. Action. Alright, what's good? So, welcome back. This is your boy GangstaDDS, and this is my YouTube channel, Dental Diaries. We just released a new track, Issey Miyake, Cranial Nerves. It's a great way for you to memorize, understand the order and functions of the 12 cranial nerves. I'll intercept the actual video so that we can go ahead and elaborate a little bit as to what I'm actually trying to say. 32 bars, 12 cranial nerves, in order. Class is in session.
What would I do if I could feel? She walks by the essence of Issey Miyake's. Got my olfactory triggering my optics. Not quite the refractory, but the visual is looking satisfactory.
I am referencing her presence as she walks by me and she hits me with that Issey Miyake scent. That from there triggers my optics, okay? So now it's a visual.
Now my ocular motor is taking over. Meiosis has me ever more focused to diagnose this anastomosis or connect, hit her with the wink, try clear. I gotta come back because she's too dope, so I had to overcome my fear. Now we here.
Okay, so when my ocular motor takes over, we have to remember what the ocular motor nerve is doing, and it's basically the motor nerve is allowing me to actually move my eyes. All right, so meiosis. Meiosis is the excessive constriction of the pupil. So when I say diagnosis anastomosis, that's an anatomic or histological term that I'm using. Anastomosis is a connection. We're talking about anastomosing or connecting right here. The trochlear nerve, we know that innervates the superior oblique muscle, and that does actually cause the eye to move downwards, if I recall. So because of that, I'm using that as a reference to the part where I hit her with the wing.
Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more.
That actually is a mnemonic that is easy to remember. And what it's actually saying is, some say marry money. Those are the first 4 nerves of the 12, which really are sensory, motor. Okay? Those are key. The chorus is giving you these answers. That right there is literally what's going to give you the nerve fiber endings of those cranial nerves. Anytime I say anything with a B, like brother, that is both. It's sensory and motor. Those are several answers that I'm giving you for test questions in at least a dental board.
This is a new frontier, better put it in 5th gear. V1, V2, V3, sensation to the face is oh so clear. Abducens got you peeping my way from the lateral while we in here. So I approach you as I get near. Pick up your cup and then we cheers.
We do know that the trigeminal nerve, which is the 5th cranial nerve, actually has 3 divisions. And that's the ophthalmic, the maxillary, and the mandibular. Okay, so because of that, instead of saying the actual trigeminal nerve, I just gave you the divisions. Okay, the V1 to the V2 and the V3. The trigeminal nerve is the principal nerve which causes sensation to the face. Okay, so that's why I use that punchline. And right after that, I say, abducens got you peeping my way from the lateral while we in here. Now she's feeling me. She's looking my way out of the corner of her eye, which is why I'm using abducens as the cranial nerve in reference. And what that's allowing you to understand is that lateral movement of the eye is because of the abducens. And honestly, the beat drops right after that. Shout out to Lil Hits for making that work, because he dropped that beat on cue.
Her facials give expressions. We both smile, I say hey. They call me GangstaDDS, and yes, I'm so fresh. Your espresso is on me. The vestibulocochlear has you hearing real clear. We walk out the door and now we out of here.
These expressions are going to be on behalf of the 7th cranial nerve. Our facials give expressions. Why? Because the facial is going to do that. That's what that nerve is actually doing. The vestibulocochlear, that distributes sound. It's not always known as the vestibulocochlear. It will always be the 8th nerve. It's either known as vestibulocochlear or auditory.
We begin walking, talking, collaborating our smiles. Cup up to your lips and you begin pouring from the glossopharyngeal and down to the belly. Never ignoring these butterflies, cause I'd like to ask you for your celly. Maybe invite you to a glass of Martinelli's.
Now we're outside. We're taking a stroll around town, around the park. As she goes to take a sip of her coffee, I use that whole process, the transition from the glosso, which is the tongue, to the pharynx, all the way down. That's basically cranial nerve number 9, or glossopharyngeal. So Martinelli's, I've always been sipping on since I was a little boy. I love it. That apple cider hits the spot every time. As a God-fearing man, I want my music to be clean, and I'm not talking about popping bottles. I'm talking about a simple conversation, maybe a nice little dinner, have some apple cider, get to know each other at that point. And that's kind of what I'm trying to prepare to do, which is why I got the butterflies in my stomach.
Put your mind at ease as I stimulate your vagus. We hug, a simple kiss on the cheek as an accessory. I'm tongue twisted by this hypoglossal somatosensory.
The vagus does a lot of things. I learned vagus as nervio vago, because what the nervio vago does is it innervates in all the abdominal organs, including the heart, and also because it does set the tone to calm down, okay? And that's what the vagus does. It allows you to just kind of decline a little bit and just go into a more relaxed state. The accessory nerve is the 11th cranial nerve. In Spanish, it's called nervio espinal. In our Latin countries, when we do say hello, we keep it very traditional in the sense that we do give a hug and a kiss in the cheek. And that's why I say that the kiss in the cheek is the accessory. We can't forget what the accessory nerve is doing. It's actually allowing you to move your shoulders, okay? So now we get to the 12th cranial nerve. And the 12th cranial nerve is the hypoglossal. This nerve is in reference to the tongue, hence glossal. If you split the words and you have glossal, you're gonna know that that's tongue related, okay? So this nerve is innervating the tongue. That's what the hypoglossal is, a somatic sensory nerve. That's why I'm saying I'm tongue twisted by this hypoglossal, somatosensory.
Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. Some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter more. This parasympathetic has me feeling some type of way. The clock strikes 3, 7, 9, 10. The rest is history. Yeah. Just knocked out 12 cranial nerves and 32 bars. Memorize this.
Yes. ASDA packet, that is a board question and answer. 3 o'clock passed, 7 o'clock passed, 9 p.m. passed, it's 10 o'clock. It's time to cut it. We're each going our own ways. She going home, I'm going home. Those are the 4 parasympathetic nerves of the 12. Capiche? Woo, there's so much. I'm saying so much right there. It's much easier to learn a song than it is to read a book. Okay, so that's why I think if you can memorize the song, you can at least memorize the 12 cranial nerves. That's a wrap. If y'all dig it, if y'all rock with it, if this track is a help to you, hit that like, subscribe, share the video, share the content, but stay tuned, because I'm going to do a little bit more of this so that those that are, again, studying or want to learn a little bit more about this miraculous system we call the body, hopefully my sounds can intrigue you, and hopefully you guys can learn something and ace your guys' class. Get that pass. All right.